They say Gabrielle Dolly Wiley killed 5 out of her 5 husbands. Nobody knows where she was born. Some say France, some say Italy, some say New York, but we do know that she was buried right here in Prescott Mountain View Cemetery next to Everett, one of her 5 dead husbands. We wanted to know all we could about this infamous Prescott icon, so we met with a local historian to find out more. Gabrielle Dolly Wiley, known as Dolly around town. How does she end up here in Prescott, Arizona, and what do we know about her?
Well, her background is really quite murky. It's not too well established where she came from or even how she arrived in Prescott. All we know is that she lived here for many years and left behind a great deal of folklore. Speaking
of which, she had 5 husbands.
Actually, 4 husbands and one man who she was seriously involved with.
Until he met the wrong end of...
Yeah, he left her, she went to Los Angeles and shot him.
Oh boy.
And she was arrested for murder and went on trial. The jury acquitted her in Los Angeles, probably out of sympathy for her story. That happened more often in those days than it does today, I think. And then she returned to Prescott.
When you say because of her story, I've read that she was a young prostitute and a madam.
And that could very well be. It is widely accepted that she did operate a brothel over the years in Prescott.
The other 4 husbands, what happened to them?
All of them died under interesting circumstances, and that has led to a lot of folklore that she killed all of them, but there's no hard evidence to document that. One of them was shot to death in a gambling dispute. Another 2 of them died under circumstances that people thought resembled poisoning, although the coroner in one of the cases ruled the death a suicide.
Okay, so 5 is a lot of mates.
She outlived 5 of them. 1 for sure we know she killed, but because there were so many others, the assumption has been made that she was a black widow of some kind.
Because what are the odds that you would outlive 5 mates and that they would all die under unusual circumstances?
Right, and I think that the other one, the remaining one, I think he fell and hit his head or something. I'm not too clear on that, and died from that. So I'd have to go back and research those notes. But yeah, they all died under less than natural circumstances.
And she had a best friend, May.
Mm-hmm.
And May did not live a long life.
No. Of course, in the cribs in prostitution, lifespan was very short. It was a rough life in those days, which I assume it still is, and working girls didn't live very long back then.
I've read that some think Dolly was responsible for killing May.
Yes. Again, the story that she killed all these people, and that's why her story still survives, the speculation.
We tried to find her tombstone. We did find where her ashes were buried, next to the tombstone of one of her husbands, but her tombstone is gone.
She may have never had one. Whoever, relatives or whoever that buried her may have just been content to inter her ashes in the grave over there in Mountain View Cemetery.
The last husband died in the mid-1930s?
I believe so, yes.
And Dolly died in 1962?
Yes.
Do we know anything about what she was doing in those decades?
A lot of people believed that she operated a hotel called the Rex Arms, which was in business quite a while. A lot of people believe it was a front for prostitution.
Okay. Well, we're still talking about Dolly all these years later. Why do you think she's such an interesting historical figure?
A lot of it is the folklore and the speculation that she outlived 4 husbands and a couple of other people, and also because of the story of the movie.
The movie? The Red Kimono?
Yes. The Red Kimono was an unauthorized dramatization of the story of how she went to Los Angeles and killed the man who abandoned her. That's what the movie is about. And she had, contrary to popular belief, she did not just go into the Elks Theater and suddenly in shock see a movie based on her life. She knew it was there because she sued the filmmakers. She filed the lawsuit the day the movie opened in the Elks in Prescott.
So she would have seen this movie at the Elks, which is just a few blocks from here.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go to the Elks and check it out. The red kimono played right here at the Elks Theater in Prescott, and Dolly herself came to see it. She sued the producers of the movie and won $50,000. That was a large sum of money back in 1931, and it changed the privacy laws in Hollywood forever. So, for Dolly at least, the story has a happy ending. For her husbands, not so much.